for joining us today. Now, the thing we want to talk about is what Americans care about most, especially here in Michigan. Gas prices skyrocketing because of the war with Russia and Ukraine. Can you tell us what's being done here in Michigan to try to help ease that relief?
Well, we've got a very interesting chess game going on in our town. The Republicans scored a couple of points on the governor this week as they popped on her out of nowhere a proposal that would roll back the 27-cent a gallon gas tax that we have in Michigan. It would cost the state coffers about $725 million in some loose change, but the Republicans say they're going to put that money back into the fund once they take it out and give it back to the motorist in order to continue to prepare the roads. Well, this came up for a vote in the Michigan House this week. 9 Democrats sided with the Republicans to do this, but missing from the legislation was the exact language that said we'll put the money back into the pothole fund. That language was missing. Now, the governor is watching all of this, and she'll continue to watch it next week as the Republicans in the Senate take this to the bank. They're going to pass this as well and send it to the governor. And what is she to do? Does she sign it or does she veto it? Now, there is a counterproposal from the Democrats, from Jim Ananek, who is the Senate Democratic leader. He says, rather than pause the gas tax, which could hurt road repairs, let's pause the 6% collection of the sales tax at the pump and pass that along to the motorists.
All right, Tim, and another thing we want to talk about is also the Republican race for Attorney General. Now, what do you know?
Whoa, this is going to get ugly. This is the sort of story where we say fasten your safety belts because it's going to be interesting. On April the 23rd, Michigan Republicans will gather in a spring convention to basically pick nominees for Attorney General and Secretary of State. Well, guess what? Donald Trump, who does not reside in Michigan but has a good deal of political power, is demonstrating his power, and he's endorsed a West Michigan attorney that the establishment Republican Party absolutely loathes. This is Matthew DiPerno, and he was down in the president's neck of the woods down in Florida last week, or just a couple of days ago, and attended a fundraiser, and the president, just gushed all over this guy. He said, he's my man, and Tom Leonard, who is the Republican standard bearer for the establishment Republican Party, is not Mr. President's, former president's nominee. So you got Tom Leonard from the establishment side of the Republican Party on one side, Donald Trump and his candidate on the other, and the forces are going to meet in convention on April 23rd, and when the dust clears, we'll know who has the most influence over the Republican Party, one D. Trump or one T. Leonard. It's going to be a fascinating story.
It sounds like it, Tim. And as always, we appreciate you, and we'll see you again here next week.